Time now for a business update with our reporter Edward Boyd.
Ed, Coles out with its half-year results this morning, but the big headline here was an update on salary underpayment, $20 million.
Yeah, Coles announced this morning that it had underpaid staff about $20 million over the last 6 years. It said 1% of its employees, or about 1,150 employees, had been underpaid. They were mostly store managers across the company's supermarkets. The company said, Coles said, it had flagged $12 million in back payments for store managers and $4 million in interest and additional costs. And then it also said 5% of their liquor store managers had also been underpaid over that 6-year period, flagging $3 million in provisions for back payments, an additional $1 million in interest and costs, so $20 million all up. So quite a large amount of money that it is owing its employees. Coles is blaming this on differences between their remuneration and the General Retail Industry Award. Coles is just one retailer which has come out and said it's underpaid staff. Late last year, Woolworths said it had underpaid 5,700 employees about $300 million. Bunnings Warehouse said it had underpaid 40,000 employees last year, $6.1 million. And Commonwealth Bank last year underpaid 41,000 staff, $53 million. So companies are now starting to really have a look at their employee awards, how much they're paying their employees, checking they're getting the superannuation payments right, and fixing up what they've done wrong in the past.
And Ed, BHP's also reported this morning. How are their results looking?
BHP's results were pretty good this morning. BHP lifted its profit almost 30% to $4.9 billion US. It's paid out a record dividend to all of its investors of 65 US cents per share. During the 6 months to December, BHP spent about $13 US per tonne mining iron ore, which it sold for $78 US a tonne. So pretty nice profit margin there on its iron ore business. But BHP did also mention the coronavirus, which is going to potentially affect future demand for iron ore and petroleum. And I had a chat to Jessica Amir from Bell Direct, and this is her view on the outlook for BHP over the next 6 months.
Yeah, Ed, look, from a macro perspective, BHP downgraded their global growth to now sit between 3 and 3.5% for 2020, really on the back of a couple of things. One, the coronavirus. Two, trade tension and geopolitical uncertainties as well. They also said if the viral outbreak is not demonstrably well contained within the March quarter, BHP will revise their expectations for economic and commodity demand.
So good result from BHP today, but there are actually 15 of the top 200 companies on the Australian Securities Exchange reporting today. Coles was obviously one we spoke about, BHP, and Seven West Media have come out today reporting as well. And they reported a loss of $66.3 million. This is despite being the #1 market share free-to-air TV channel in Australia with 38.8% of the market share. They said there was a challenging advertising revenue market during the last 6 months, and it's given them a bit of a tougher time, and they've reported a loss of $66 million.
Wow, that's a big one. Boyd, thank you for your time.